All right, I'm gonna do this message. So like, this how it's gonna be about. Like, let's say this. Let's say it's gonna be about being different in friendship, like being different. Like now you gotta understand what is being different. Like, are you being different for Satan? Or are you being different for God type stuff? That's what I'm trying to say. Is like you gotta understand, like being different, like is with God though. It's with God, the real black Jesus. So you understand, like in order for you to be chosen, you have to be different. You have to make a difference. You have to like you have to be chosen for all that stuff to be different and to it's just the way it is. Like, and I'm talking about God's kingdom type stuff too. So it's like that's what's different. You gotta think because if you in this world, it's gonna be different. It's just you just gonna be different if you chosen by God because the majority of the world is has its own, like the world has its own and stuff too at that. So it's like you know yeah, like God's people, like we have each other, but we're not of the world type stuff. We're of the kingdom of heaven. We're of something greater than this earth. Like we're of something greater than this. So yeah, that's basically because God created us to be different like that. We're different because the world, we in a world full of just nonsense and stupidity, and we're just intelligent. We're smart. We actually care about our souls. There's people that God creates that doesn't even care about burning in hell. Like these people don't. These people don't even. It's sad. It's sad because these people live their life and they just live into the matrix type stuff. So that's kind of what I mean too. Is like they live for the matrix, for the devil, and I'll just say for the matrix kind of stuff. For the creation of of this earth. You know, um, you gotta understand like that's why there's gonna be a new earth too. There's gonna be a new earth. There's gonna be a new Jerusalem, new heaven. I think stuff like that. I don't even know, but like, yeah, there's gonna be all those things, But that's supposed to be for to redeem God's people's type stuff, and redeem and for prophetic stuff. But yeah, but like us followers of God, like true followers of God, like we do not fit in with you know the world because we fit in with the kingdom of heaven. You know, we basically fit in with what God wants us to fit in type stuff. And God does not want us fitting in with the world. God does not want to, choose people that, you know, that's just not unique. You understand? Like that's like, you know, I don't know what I'm thinking example. It's like there's just a bunch of programs. It's just regular people. Like they're inside a box and they're not like outside of it's like they trapped in a box and there's no coming out for them. There's no coming out of the box for them type stuff. So it's like that's kind of what it is. It's like they sold their souls to stay in a box. They sold their souls to stay in a box instead of understanding there's a whole world out there outside the box. So that's kind of what the example is with like the world and the kingdom of heaven type stuff. It's like people following the world. You basically inside the box, and then like us followers of God, we get outside the box. We go outside the box, and discover what yeah, and we're chosen to get out of the box type stuff. So I kind of use that as an example. But what else? What else? Yeah, it's just like we have something special. There's something special about us. Like this stuff that's special about us. Everybody else like they're not really that special type stuff. There's nothing really special about them. Maybe they special for Satan. Maybe they special for the devil, or they special in whatever ways. But they're not special for God type stuff. And yeah, I was saying like we outside the box stuff. So it's like you know, and people refuse to get outside the box. People like, oh, I gotta just stay inside this box. I don't want to type stuff. Like you over here telling them, you gotta get out the box. You gotta get out the box. You gotta do something, you know, because you gotta get outside the box, and they don't want outside the box. So, and that's why people hate. You understand? That's why people hate us followers of God, because like we preach people to get out the box. We preach to save people to get outside the box. You know, and people hate that. People want to just settle for to live in a box, to live in a box. You know, and us followers of God, we have dreams, we have aspirations for certain stuff. We want to like, yeah, we have like we want to be free. We want to get to our promised land and stuff, and like our promised lands or whatever. We want to get out. We want to get out and do stuff. We don't want to just sit here and do nothing. We want to do stuff. We don't want to sit here and do nothing with our lives. We want to do stuff. Like, we want to make moves, but for God and the real like Jesus in the kingdom of heaven. We want to make moves for that. So that's what we want to do. But yeah, I'm saying people sell their souls to live inside a box. To live inside a box. People sell their souls to live inside a box, and these people will be dealt with. That's what I'm saying. Because like heaven is outside the box. So if you staying inside the box and then you die inside the box, you're going straight to hell. You're going straight to hell because you weren't trying to get saved. You got to think outside the box is what's going to save you. But you basically, and then you trapped into hell for eternity type stuff suffering. So that's just the example I wanted to make about that. It's very sick that Satan has all these people right where he wants them type stuff. And you know, like I said, like it's like they trying to keep you inside the box with them types. So they're like, oh no, don't go outside the box. You got to stay inside the box with us. And if you try to get out, we are gonna punish you type stuff. So that's literally what they're doing. It's like if you trying to go outside the box, people will persecute you, attack you, bully you, harass you, and do all sorts of stuff just because you're trying to get outside the box and you're letting people know we need to get outside the box type stuff. Like, but like obviously that's just an example. It's like it's just for you warning people they need to get outside the box, and they want to keep you in the box. But you gotta understand, we trying to get them outside the box. We already outside the box, and we're trying to help them get outside the box, and they're trying to drag us in the box. So, you know, that's kind of that's kind of what it is. It's like people trying to trap us inside the box with them, and we're outside the box. So and we're just trying to tell them, hey, look outside the box, come out the box, and these people will be dealt with. And I'll be honest, like you can't even keep talking to these people. You gotta just let them go, let them suffer, because that's what they chose. They think they're gonna get something better. They think life has something to offer them, but like in all actuality, this world isn't gonna offer nothing that's gonna save them. You gotta understand, because they rejected the truth. They rejected God. So these people are going to be dealt with severely. And they sold their souls type stuff. So that's selling your soul. So there's nothing that's gonna help them, when they, you gotta understand, because they didn't want to help themselves. They didn't want to, do what they needed to do to, um, make it out of that, make it out, or do whatever they need to do to, you understand, like, you know, truly making it out is with God, is with God. That's truly making it out. But these people think they're making it out, but they're still inside the box. That's like them being inside the box, receiving like, oh, I got my toy cars, I got my jewelry, I got my like what, like, see what I mean? But they're still inside the box. It's like, oh, I have my video games, or I have my TV, I have my phone, but they're still inside the box. So get outside the box. That's literally what you need to do. But like, that's hold on, I'm not even, hold on. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to say. Is like, yeah, it's like, you know, and they settle for being inside the box. You know, so that's kind of what I want to say too. Is like, it's just sick. It's very sad, but that's the way it is. Much love, peace.